Hey bees, this is Maddy and I'm editing this podcast. The first 2 or 3 minutes, it's gonna be a little echoey, but I fixed the audio a couple minutes in. I just wanted to let you know if you start to get annoyed to keep listening.
Literally, in a land of likes, leggings, and lattes, comes a podcast hosted by two basic beings, Bekah and Maddy. This is the Basic Bee Podcast.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back, bees.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I had a few ideas of some funny things I could talk about.
Okay.
At the beginning. Okay, so I just got back from Tennessee, and I had a little story that I thought you would think was interesting.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you saw, but Machine Gun Kelly was in town recently.
Okay.
And he was performing at the Indy 500. And I got a last-minute email from my agency that I was invited to this party thing that he would be at. And it was him and Diplo, the DJ.
Oh, wow.
And I was on my way to Tennessee when I got this email. And I would have rescheduled Tennessee to go to this thing, but it was last minute. So yeah, I missed out on a free Machine Gun Kelly thing.
That stinks.
It was really sucky.
I'm sure you had a great time in Tennessee.
It was fun, but yeah, I have severe FOMO.
Yeah.
Do you have that at all?
Especially when, you have to say no to something. Mm-hmm. And you know it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, what about you?
Well, and I've been trying to think about my obsessions this week, because I really like that we talk about that every week. And I was trying to think of what I'm obsessed with. And I think this week I would have to say my obsession has been The Crown. I'm on episode 5 and I binged the first 5 episodes. Have you seen it yet?
My mom watches it and she loves it, but no. Okay. I think I would get bored.
I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I do like it. And I'm binging it and I'm obsessed with it because I'm give me Princess Diana, because that's the 4th season, I guess, is when she enters the picture.
And you're on season 1.
Yeah, episode 5. But
shoot.
It's pretty cool, so it's not bad at all. It's definitely, I don't want to say educational, because it's highly dramatized.
I gotta fix our mic really quick.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
It's highly dramatized, so I'm sure it's not, accurate, but, there's a lot of stuff I'm learning, and I'm obsessed with the royals, so.
So is it in, during the 90s, or what?
It's, right when, how old is she? It says
Diana?
The year. No, it's...
The Queen?
The Queen.
She's, almost 100.
I heard this, theory about her that she's a reptile.
And you are convinced?
No.
There's actually a lot of those theories.
Yeah, Justin Bieber's a reptile, too. Yeah.
There's a video of his pupils, flashing into a diamond.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, I think everyone in the Illuminati is a reptile.
Okay.
But I'm going to save that for our...
That's, something totally different, but I just thought about that because of how old we were saying. But, yeah. So, it has, when she was young, so she couldn't have been, more than 20 years old, 20, 25.
Oh, wow.
Well, she had kids, so maybe she was older. I don't know. They didn't give me her age. They gave me the year, and that doesn't stick with me.
I wonder if Meghan Markle has watched The Crown.
I don't know. I wonder what they would do with Meghan Markle if they, shot that far, because Princess Diana was the 80s, 90s. She passed away in the 90s, so... 80s, 90s is when Princess Diana comes in. If they're doing, 10 years a season? I mean, we only got 3 more seasons and we'll get introduced to Kate and Meghan.
Well, they would probably paint her as,
a villain.
No, the best thing ever.
Really?
Because she's Hollywood and it's filmed in Hollywood.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They probably
That's
would.
a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
Talking about the Oprah interview and everything.
Oh, yeah. We should definitely talk about that sometime.
That'd be good.
Do you have any obsessions this week?
You know, I kind of have been thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and I forgot about my obsessions. I've just kind of been in a frantic state of life recently. I have been still watching Jeff Wittick, the guy who got hit in an accident with his eye. I kind of told you about him.
Yeah.
But he has this barbershop. Bless you.
Thank you.
He has this barbershop show, and it's pretty funny. But I've been obsessed with that a little bit. And are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just started sneezing.
You must be allergic to me.
I am. I think it's you.
I think it is.
It's not allergies or anything.
But related to the Tennessee trip, sorry, I don't have any obsessions besides
That's
that.
okay.
But
you're too busy to have an obsession this week.
Oh yes, but I'm still not making money from being busy, but it's fine. I kind of like being poor and happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're working towards being rich and happy.
Yeah, but I hope I'll be happy. We'll see.
You will. They say
I'm
that.
happy now. I'm not like miserable. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
Well, you have school, the podcast, and full-time work.
Yeah.
I have part-time work, podcast, and a boyfriend. So, like, I have, like, no excuses to complain. But I have heard that happiness actually caps at, like, $70,000 a year.
Really?
And then money doesn't make that much of a difference.
Interesting. So, as long as I make 70, I'll be good.
I mean, that would be a dream because I probably, make 30 or if that, which is crazy to think about. But last year I didn't make very much because I was traveling and lost my job. But anyway, that wasn't what I wanted to go down.
Okay.
So when I was on my way to Tennessee, my mom and I stopped at a gas station and I got some of the sour gummy worms.
Mm-hmm.
What are those called? Trolley.
Okay.
And I started eating them. I'm like, why does this taste like gum? And I started smelling the bag. I'm like, this smells like straight up wintergreen gum. And it didn't taste sour, but there was sugar on them. They looked fine. The bag wasn't open or anything. And my mom agreed. So I called Trolley and I said, this bag of gummy worms is messed up. So they sent me a coupon.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, that's the most exciting drama in my life.
I love it.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, what now?
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to share any other stories.
No, I had a good time in Tennessee. My aunt didn't have internet, and it was nice to be out in the country. Nice. Oh, I did save a turtle's life.
Okay, that's important.
I went into town because that's a place where you go into town to get anything you need. Mm-hmm. So I went into town to get some coffee, and I was driving back. I was alone, and I saw, like, trash kind of wafting through the street. Mm-hmm. And I was on a highway, and I got closer and closer. I'm like, that is not trash, and it's moving. So I stopped the car. There was one car behind me. I put my hazards on, and there was a turtle right in the center of the road. And so luckily there was nobody coming from the opposite direction, but I got out and I placed it across the street in the direction it was going, and I saved its life.
That's awesome.
And then later that day, I found another turtle.
It was like coming to you. Sorry, I guess I drink.
It's fine. I guess I was like Snow White of the turtles.
You're Snow White of the turtles.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, you really would be if they would hurry up, because you wouldn't really know.
Yeah, the turtles from Australia probably died in the ocean on their way.
Probably.
Yeah.
And, like, not to mention, like, if you're in one place for, like, 24 hours, they might come to you, but you're never in one place for 24 hours. You're always moving.
It's kind of like when Noah built the ark.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was a race. Or, like, sperm to an egg.
What?
Nothing.
That went really off track there.
All the other ones die, and the ones that are the fastest win.
Yep. That's true. That's true. I am, like, amazed, too. This is, like, once again, totally off track. About, like, how it's the guy, like, the male gene carries... Not the male gene, but...
The sperm.
The sperm carries the sex of the baby, right? And, like, I think that's so bizarre.
And you can actually illegally send the sperm to Mexico, and they'll sort out the female from the male sperm, and then you can choose which gender you want.
Oh, my gosh.
But gender is just a social construct.
That's too much work. Way too much work for me.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I heard. I just chose to move on.
No comment.
No comment.
That's fine.
I thought you wanted to share, like, another story. Are you not sharing that now?
Wait, what was it?
You said you wanted to share the story about a picture you had received.
Oh, okay. This is a long story, but I'm going to try to condense it. So, I have this friend, and they're not my friend anymore because of this story. But I'm not going to give too many details because it's a long one. But basically, I haven't talked to this friend in a while. And they reached out and were like, why are we not friends anymore? And I was just like, we kind of parted ways. And so we agreed to meet up, and the day came and they totally ghosted me. And then a few days later passed, and they were texting me in the middle of the night, I have to tell you something. And this happened a few times, and they wouldn't text me back. And then eventually they were like, I had a threesome. And I was like, cool.
The face you made when you said that.
Good to know.
When she's telling you this, do you suspect anything? Like,
no,
of what she's thinking? Like, why is she ghosting you? You have no idea?
I didn't really give it that much thought. I was just like, whatever.
She's flaky.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then they were like, I had a threesome. I said, are you bi now or what? I didn't know, like, what they wanted me to say. So they were like, no, I'm just exploring. And I had nothing else to say. I'm like, okay. So then they keep doing this again. They're like, I have something to tell you. I have something to tell you. And I was like, what? And they were like, I've always had feelings for you. Also, this person is in a committed relationship and has been for a while. And as far as I know or knew at this point, they were still in that. And they were like, I have feelings for you, and I've always thought you were cute. This person has never shown signs of thinking I was cute. Like, we talked about our crushes on boys. I've known them for 10 years.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was like, I'm in a super happy relationship. I don't feel that way at all. And also, this person has been demonstrating concerning, like, actions, behavior in the past. So I was like, can I be honest with you for a minute? And I kind of sent them a long message out of true concern, because this was one of my best friends. And I was like, I don't know if this person is pressuring you in the relationship that you're in or what, but, like, you've never shown signs of this before. And I've already told you that I'm in a happy relationship. And I had told them this before. They had sprung this on me. So they knew I wasn't interested. And
I wonder why they'd spring on you if maybe they thought there was a chance.
Obviously they had to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of went off on them, and they...
In a nice way, though.
Yeah, I
like,
didn't
in a concern.
Yeah, I was like... But I also was kind of annoyed because they knew that I was happy. I'm super straight as a person can be. They knew this, and I had already made that clear. And I'm not giving every detail, so it's a little confusing, but yeah. So then I'm trying to think what happened next. Long story short, I say no. We agree we're just in different places in our lives. And then they text me a few nights later and say, would you ever consider being with a girl? I'm like,
after you'd already said no.
Yes. I'm like, oh, no, I didn't say yes. I said...
I'm sorry.
No, I'm clarifying.
Oh.
I was like, no.
Again.
I've already told you this. And so, yeah, that happened. And then at this point, I probably should have blocked him, but I didn't just because, like, I don't know.
You said you were genuinely concerned.
Yeah, and I feel like attached to this person. But then they send me a picture of their partner's thing. And it's full on out there. You can just, yeah. And I have never really received dick pics in my life. And so that was extremely jarring and scary to me. And
disrespectful of your relationship.
Well, yeah, there's that whole thing. But, like, it was just really disturbing. And, like, I told my boyfriend about it, and he was just, like, weirded out by the whole thing, too. So they were like, do you want to share this with me?
Ew!
And I was like, I forget what I said, but I said, I don't know what happened here, but this is not the person that I was friends with, and if you want to talk to me, you can visit me at work. I care about you, but that's not okay.
Yeah.
And I blocked them. So they're blocked now. But then, so I posted a little story time summarizing this on TikTok, and a girl that I used to go to school with basically said the same exact thing happened to her with this person. And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. So I talked to her a little bit, and it was actually a little bit worse than what had happened to me, because they got a even more explicit photo, which I won't talk about. But yeah, I just am super disturbed slash confused, because like, this is not the character of the person that I thought I knew.
Yeah, and I think consent for even something like that is extremely important.
Yeah. Because
like, what if you had a history, or somebody else, she doesn't know, because you said it happened to another girl. Mm-hmm. Did she know this girl very well? Okay. So there's these people, she's doing this to these people that she doesn't know that well. What if someone has like a sexual trauma?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like, yeah,
that is just not okay.
Yeah, like,
at all.
Unless a person's asking for it, or if you say, can I send you this? And you said yes, you should not get any form of those kinds of pictures. Like, no. Because, like, what if you had, like, a memory or trauma from that? Like, it's just very selfish.
Yeah.
And very, like you said, disturbing, disrespectful to you, disrespectful to your relationship.
And I'm also confused how this person is holding down a job, because every time pretty much that they texted me, it would be at 3 a.m. And I'm pretty sure they were drunk half the time. Other times they weren't, because we had a very coherent conversation where they understood what I was saying. But, like, how are you getting up at 6 a.m. every day? And obviously they're having threesomes now, but
I don't know. To each their own, but when someone says no, somebody says no, you should just drop it.
Yeah, so I blocked them, and I'm moving on with my life.
Well, that's interesting.
And there's so many more weird details. Maybe I'll get into the weirder details later. Probably not, but it just is, like, also sad because I was friends with this person, but...
Yeah, well, I think storytime updates we'll need those in the future, just like to check in and see if anything happened. I think to our point, my friend Natasha, shout out to you, girl, sent me this thing that I guess it was created by Ball State. And she said, boys suck, save the dolphins. And I just think that is so true.
Well, is this person in a relationship?
No.
Oh, okay. So they're qualified to say that.
Boys suck. I mean, boys do suck, 100%. That's why I married a man.
But how does one go about, like, saving the dolphins?
I think it's just like a clean up the ocean type thing.
Oh.
Because have you seen those like sad videos where like all these sea creatures are eating and getting caught in human crap?
Yeah, it's extremely sad.
Yeah. Did I tell you I have a pet shark?
No.
It's not really a pet shark.
Is it over there?
No.
Oh.
It's, okay, I'm sorry, we are going on so many tangents.
It doesn't matter.
But my brother-in-law got me this necklace with a shark on it, and it came with a code. And you get your own shark with it. And you scan the code and you get to see where your shark's at in the world. Yeah, I have a 13-foot great white. No, it's a 13-foot tiger shark. And he's in Fiji right now. And his name is Fitzy. So shout out to Fitzy.
If you're listening to this.
I know, I told Brandon, I was like, he has a tracker so I could go visit him.
That is amazing.
I know, isn't that cool?
I want to, like, use that for gift idea. That's amazing.
I know. I can't believe he found it.
You can live vicariously through Fitzy.
I know. He's cute, too.
I was listening to something recently about how sharks have different personalities. Like, tiger sharks are, I think, meaner.
I've heard the bull shark's the meanest.
Oh, wait. Maybe it is the bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dream, just for our listeners out there, is to swim, free dive with great whites. Not cage. I will not do a cage. I will free dive before I do a cage.
Why?
Have you seen the videos of the sharks getting in the cage?
Yes, but, like, free diving is just that without the cage.
Yeah, but I have a fear of the cage falling to the bottom of the ocean.
Like that movie with Blake Lively?
Exactly.
Oh, my.
I thought she wasn't in a cage, I didn't think.
I think they were in a cage.
47 meters down. Was Blake Lively in that, though? Blake Lively was in...
Yeah, she was in there.
Okay, I don't know. I'm confusing myself.
They were in a cage, and then they sunk down, and then they get out.
Seen it.
I don't remember. I saw it at
Someone
the Dollar
died.
Movie.
Oh.
Don't give any spoilers.
Someone dies. It's either the shark or one of the people.
Well, a shark isn't a someone.
Yes, they are.
Are they a human?
They have souls. I don't know.
That was
probably not.
So dumb.
Okay.
All right. Shall we talk about what we need to talk about?
Let's talk about what we're talking about, because we've talked on our tangent way too long. Do you want to reveal what the topic is today?
All right. I'm going to do my best to explain this. So basically, I have a subject and Bekah has a subject, and it's a this versus that. And then we're going to basically educate and try to convince the other person that their subject is better.
Yes.
Did I do a good job explaining that?
I think so, and I think it's important to say that we want to do this regularly.
Yes.
And so we might start asking for some this or that. So if there's anything you could think of it, and we'll probably put the question out there in a couple weeks when we start running out of ideas.
Yeah. I mean, it won't be I don't think it'll be like crazy regular, but we have a lot of ideas for regular themes for our episodes just to keep it interesting. Mm. But okay, I guess I'll reveal my subject. So my subject for this is Trisha Paytas, who is an internet celebrity / icon.
And mine is the TV show Friends. So Friends versus
Trisha Paytas.
Yes, and we're also looking at it from another view too, which I think it's important, which is YouTube versus TV. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of keeping that in mind, but the main focus is going to be on Friends, and as my phone kept typing it, Trisha Pastas. It kept saying that. Yeah,
for some reason, Apple doesn't register Paytas yet. Yeah. But once she becomes an icon, then it'll probably...
And she will become an icon in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll explain that.
Okay.
So who's going first?
Okay, so I think...
We'll just dialogue about it.
Yeah, you go first, because I don't even know who she is.
Okay. So she's extremely hard to fit into a box. She's been everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically like a fungus of Hollywood because she just has been in so much.
Yeah.
But
the fungus of Hollywood.
I don't know. I thought of that in my head today. I'm like, that is kind of true. And also she's had a lot of STDs, which she's admitted.
Oh my gosh.
But that's part of her story. Okay, so she was born in 1988 in California, and she actually grew up a lot in Illinois, our neighbor state, and then moved back to California, which is when she started getting her traction with Hollywood. So basically, one of her first gigs she found through Craigslist, and it was for some TV show that got canceled, and that's kind of what kickstarted her passion for it. And she had kind of a traumatic childhood.
Okay.
Her mom was always dating men. Her parents got divorced when she was young. Her dad lived out in California. And after, let's see, so she, in her young adult life, she got her start on random TV shows. So to name a few of like what she's been on My Strange Addiction for tanning. And she's admitted that that's like bull crap, but she did it for the show. She's been on Dr. Phil. She's been on, I think it was America's Got Talent or Brit. I can't remember. It was one of those shows, or maybe it was X Factor. So she went on Ellen and the X Factor for being like the fastest talker in the world, but she didn't win. Oh. But it was very entertaining. She's been in an Amy Winehouse music video, an Eminem music video.
Really?
She credits Eminem for really her start because she played a fat Jessica Simpson in that. But
oh my.
Yeah. And she has always kind of stuck out because she's a thicker girl. She's got a big butt and big boobs, and she's got that platinum blonde hair, and she just has a very big personality. And in recent times, so she was like in a lot of controversy from the early 2010s until like pretty much lately, but she kind of got involved. She was friends with Shane Dawson. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
We used to watch Shane Dawson,
yes,
right?
we did.
And I would hide it from my mom because it was like bad.
It was bad.
It was really bad. But she was friends with Shane Dawson, and he recently got canceled, so she was in controversy over that. She was friends with Jeffree Star, and he's been in a whole hot... You know who Jeffree Star is?
Yeah, I know who I know. I didn't know that Shane Dawson got canceled. You said Jeffree Star is...
Jeffree Star has always been in hot water because he supposedly has a racist past, and like he's just said some weird things, but yeah, I can't really pinpoint. I think there's been multiple things around him, and that's kind of been like that with Trisha too. She's just had so many controversial statements and videos, and she started putting out videos to get clicks. So she did like a video on she's voting for Mitt Romney, but she's known as a troll. Yeah. So she does things purposefully to create conflict. Yeah. And her title, her clickbait was like stuff like men I would let beat me and stuff like that. Oh my
gosh.
Yeah. But she, like, knew what she was doing, and she was intelligent, kind of, for doing it, because it had never really been done. And so...
I mean, she got the clicks. Yeah. Obviously, if we're talking about her.
So that's kind of a factor in why I think she's an icon. And so... Sorry, I'm kind of rambling.
You're fine.
I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No, I don't know who she is, so that's why I'm, like, needing to know this information.
There's just so much history with her. I'm trying to give you the highlights. But then she got, in, like, 2016-ish, she got into the Vlog Squad, which is with David Dobrik. Do you know who he is?
Yes.
Okay. And he's been recently canceled. Did you know that?
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Everybody's getting canceled.
Everyone's getting canceled. We'll probably be canceled.
Oh, yeah. It's just bound to happen. But what's great about Trisha, another iconic characteristic of her is she just doesn't give a shit if she's canceled.
She's canceled.
Yeah, she just keeps going and people forget about it, and she's quick to admit when she's wrong, which I think is a good quality of hers. But yeah, she knows that you can only be canceled if you let it happen, kind of.
Yeah.
So anyway, she got involved with David Dobrik's people, and she got into a relationship with this guy named Jason Nash, who's like a washed up 50-year-old. He's really gross. You've probably seen him somewhere online. But he was like really toxic, and he would always comment on like what she'd eat. She's eating too much. She's fat. And it was on video and stuff. But they were in a bad relationship, and during that, I think she said that she got addicted to meth and went to a mental hospital.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And she also has done stripping. She's done porn, she said. So, I mean, anything she can to make a buck. She's probably done it. But anyway, they broke up, and then most recently, she just got engaged. And she's engaged to a internet famous couple's brother, the wife's brother. And his name is Moses, and he looks like Jesus, kind of. But it's funny because she also has a music career.
Oh my gosh. She's just doing everything she can.
Quote unquote music career.
Okay.
She's kind of tone deaf, but
oh Lord.
So I know one of her most known songs is I Love You, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
But my favorite song of hers is called Hot Girl Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll have to
Hot Girl Christmas.
I'll play that for you in November or December. Anyway, I gotta wrap this up because there's just too much there.
You're fine.
But she's engaged. She's been sober. She's on a very popular podcast called the H3 Podcast.
Okay.
And she's thriving. She's doing great on TikTok. And she is very open about her past. So
interesting.
That is a little bit about my person or topic.
Okay, I'm not going to go as in-depth because I feel like a lot of people know what Friends is.
Yeah.
But, and a quick thing, Friends went from 1994 to 2004.
Okay.
With a total of 10 seasons. They have 236 episodes. And, you know,
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah. They did. That's what makes them...
Or many.
Yeah. That's what makes them icons. They went 10 seasons, 10 years.
That isn't...
And I think
that's wild.
I think they said on the reunion special that they were like number one or something for 6 seasons in a row.
That makes sense.
Yeah. As people probably know, it stars Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer.
Of course.
They just came out with the reunion special, which is why I chose them to go against your person. Because they're kind of relevant again with this reunion special coming out. They're nostalgic for people,
Of course.
Think. When it was on Netflix, I watched it every night before I went to bed.
When?
When it was on Netflix, like, 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
Like, on repeat you would?
Yeah. Like, I counted the amount of times I watched the show through. Are you ready for this?
What?
I watched it over 12 times.
All 10 seasons?
All 10 seasons over 12 times. Because, like, I don't want to say I just turned it on during bed. Like, if I needed a laugh, I would turn it on, like, at home. Sometimes I'd let it play in the background while I was doing music. But, yeah, I watched it 12 times through.
Hold on.
We're going to take a quick pause because somebody's at my door.
I wonder who that is.
And the dog is barking.
Why did they take it off Netflix?
I don't know. I think it was too expensive for Netflix to keep paying for to have it.
It wasn't like their most popular thing, that and The Office?
Yeah, and then both of them are gone. Now,
that is so dumb.
The only reason I have it is because of The Crown.
Really?
So, yeah, and they have it on HBO Max now. And you have to pay $15 a month for HBO Max.
That's expensive.
I thought so too for a semi-new service. Like, I've never heard of it. I think the only reason I know about it is because Friends is on there.
I know HBO has a lot of good stuff on there.
They do, but I'm just like, another subscription? I don't know.
Well, you have Disney Plus and all that stuff.
I have Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Discovery Plus.
Oh my gosh.
Boomerang, Hallmark, and all those are through Amazon Prime. Then I have Hulu, Netflix, and Peacock.
That's way too much.
Yeah, but that's my problem is, like, I had to get Paramount Plus because of iCarly. Mm-hmm. I had no option.
That's true. And now I can use your subscription for myself.
You should. I'll give you access. I'm not even kidding.
Well, that's sweet.
I know.
I've been hooked on iCarly.
I know. And I didn't know this because iCarly on Netflix, they only have like 2 seasons, and they went more than 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. They have all of the seasons already on Paramount Plus.
I remember you saying that.
So.
And I'm about to run out of episodes on Netflix, so that sucks. But anyway, we could talk about iCarly for a while. I guess we should talk more about Friends.
Friends went on forever. There was I just wanted, since you named some of the stuff that Trisha Paytas is iconic for, I want to name some of the stuff Friends is iconic for. Pivot.
Of course.
You gotta do Pivot. The lobster. She's my lobster. She's your lobster. Comment. Joey doesn't share food. Like, have you ever...
I've watched all of Friends, but I didn't know that was like a saying.
I've heard people say, like, if someone takes their food, they'll be like, Joey doesn't share food. And then... I think obviously Monica putting the turkey on her head was iconic.
I don't know about iconic.
I think so. Okay. That's like one of like the top pictures. Okay. To make Chandler laugh because it's just sweet because he makes people laugh all the time, and she did something she knew would make him laugh. It's so sweet. Of course, we were on a break.
Yes.
And then it's not really a saying, but like when Phoebe, the one where everyone finds out that Monica and Chandler are dating, when Ross and Phoebe catch what Monica and Chandler are doing, like, I think that's just like one of the best episodes. And then, so those are some of the couple things Friends is iconic for.
They are iconic, and they do have catchphrases. I will say Trisha does not have, like, catchphrases.
Yeah. She
just has, like, moments.
Well, and you gotta think, the show itself launched these actors into either careers or they didn't have to do anything else because of all the money. Like, David Schwimmer.
Rich.
Hasn't really done anything. Jennifer Aniston, she's done a lot. Mm-hmm. So
Jennifer Aniston herself is an icon.
Yeah, she's definitely I think the most successful. But Matt LeBlanc, he's in, is it Man with a Plan?
I feel like anything he's in, I'm just like, that's the Friends guy. Whereas Jennifer Aniston, I'm like,
that's Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she has her own face.
She's definitely the most successful. So I would say that Friends is better.
Okay.
Because I know she's probably been around close to 10 years, but Friends is just timeless, and I don't think she will be.
Okay, but Friends gets a lot of hate on Twitter for being, like, the most unfunny thing ever.
See, and I don't know how. I think people have bad senses of humor.
Maybe you do.
No.
I think everybody thinks their sense of humor is correct.
Right.
But I think that Trisha is more funny because it's like... First of all, she's a real person.
I was going to say, there is a reality versus fantasy thing there.
Yeah, it's like reality versus fiction. And it's almost like a tragic... You know how in tragedy stories, like... what was that guy's name? The guy from the 1400s who wrote plays. Shakespeare. And Shakespearean tragic plays, or I don't know, I'm not saying this right, they would all end in death. Like, she's had a lot of tragedy in her life, but she, like, makes it funny and makes it work for her.
Okay.
So Yeah, it's like comparing apples to oranges, kind of, but...
Yeah. Well, I think, too, it depends on your taste, because, like, for me, when I come home from work, I don't want a huge dose of reality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do like 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But is that really reality? Nah. But, like, I like the idea of fantasy, and I think it's part of it for me is I, like, kind of live vicariously through them, because I'm always like, man, it'd be awesome to live in freaking New York City.
That's true. And they have the purple couch, and, like, it's a comfort. You know what you're going to get, whereas Trisha is, like, chaos.
Yeah, that's true.
It just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah. Are you swayed at all?
Yeah. Well, yes, I am, because, like I said, it's like comparing apples to oranges. And I knew going into this thing, there is not really going to be a resolution. I just kind of think it'd be fun to talk about two different things.
Yeah, they're completely different.
Yeah.
You know, there's the reality concept and...
Yeah.
Just, you know, the fantasy of... For me, too, I wish I had, like, friends that were neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm cool with my neighbors, but we live in, like, an older neighborhood, so there's not a ton of people my age.
Yeah.
And it'd be so awesome to live in a vicinity where, like, your friends live right next door. And if you're bored, you could go hang out with them.
But Trisha kind of has that aspect, too, because she's so rich because of her controversy. Like, she has this crazy Louis Vuitton table that's, like, rainbow colored. She has a mansion in the hills or wherever. And she wears different wigs every day. She's got a glam squad. Like, there is a level of fantasy there.
Yeah. I'd love to have a glam squad.
Yeah. But also, it's hard to talk about, too, because it's a generation thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know you're only a couple years older than me. And I like Friends. I've watched all of Friends.
Yeah.
I just am kind of doing this for the sake of the argument.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't think that younger generations will like the humor as much because they're kind of, you know, desensitized to it or something.
And it's not PC anymore.
Like, that's true. Everything has been put into the context of today's culture. And so if you don't fit that, you are canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's another issue I think that will come up in about 10 years. Mm-hmm. And that's what they kind of said at the reunion. Not, like, they didn't say anything controversial, but, like, she's like, Courtney Cox said, we're not doing this again. Like, this is the last time. Like, we're going to talk about it.
Right.
Type thing. In the reunion, and I think it was because she knew, like, in 10, 15, 20 years from now. Because the reunion took place 17 years after the show ended. And they'd only been in a room together again one time. All 6 of them.
That is wild.
I know.
So, did you watch the reunion?
Yes, I did.
What would you rate it? 1 to 10, 10 being the best?
If you come into it with no expectations like I did, I'd rate it high.
Okay.
I laughed. I saw Jennifer Aniston cry a lot.
Did you like that?
I think it was kind of sweet. So a lot of people, because literally the cast of Friends, all they put on their social media was like the Friends reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And people thought they were going to get a resolution, like it was going to pick up where they left off. Like Monica and Chandler at the end of season 10 had just had their twins. Rachel and Ross were finally back together. Phoebe and Mike were talking about having babies. Joey was happy. Like, it was a good resolution. So a lot of people thought, like, they were going to do a where is Monica and Chandler now? Where's Rachel and Ross now? And it was not that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people were disappointed. If I had to rate it, I'd rate it like an 8 or a 9. Like, I'd rate it pretty high because they had... So you've seen it. The show Friends, they had Mr. Heckles, the neighbor. Mm-hmm. He guest starred.
Oh my gosh.
They had, I lost his name, the guy that played Monica's boyfriend, for Richard. The guy that played Richard. Yeah. I forgot his name. They had the quartet from when Ross sent Rachel a quartet to sing. I don't know if it's the same people. They had in one of the Friends episodes, they had the guy from Vegas that was Joey's identical hand model. He showed up.
Like the real guy?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Monica's parents were there.
Oh.
Like, they had a lot of people that guest starred on the episodes were there. Justin Bieber modeled Ross's Spudnik costume.
That's what I heard. It's like there were random, like, unrelated celebrities, and that was a main complaint that I saw.
So, I didn't mind it at all.
Like Lady Gaga was just like Phoebe, and...
I think Lady Gaga was dressed like Lady Gaga. Like, I don't think... And she just sang with Lisa Kudrow, the Smelly Cat song. Like, Lisa started singing it, and then she came in, started singing it. And then they had a freaking choir come in, like they did for her music video.
Oh, yeah.
And sing it. And... I liked it. I didn't mind the celebrities because there wasn't, like, it was literally, like, 2 seconds for all of them. Like, Lady Gaga, after she sang with Phoebe, was like, I want to thank you for paving the way for all being the different one or something. And
they probably jam-packed it just to make sure a lot of people would watch it.
Yeah, and Justin Bieber, like, he just walked. Like, they did not talk to him, nothing.
Huh.
Yeah. And
That's
the girl
weird.
that played Janice was there, too.
Oh, yeah. I remember Janice.
Yeah, it was I really liked it. My favorite part was them doing the questions.
I haven't seen it yet.
So, yeah, do you remember the episode of Friends where Monica and Rachel were competing to get rid of the chick and the duck from their apartment? They had a board. They had, like, a lightning round. It was like a... Jeopardy type thing, and they replayed that game but with different questions, and it was really sweet.
Oh,
yeah, so it was cool.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, it was an hour and 45 minutes, which was kind of long, but it was really sweet. They showed them going back to the set they recreated for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of really sweet moments, and that's what I liked about it.
Well, it's hard to compare anything Trisha Paytas has done to a Friends reunion, but maybe if David Dobrik has a reunion in 10 years.
Yeah. She should do a reunion special with all of her controversial friends. Like, she should have...
That would be amazing.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson hasn't shown his face since he got canceled. Really? He got canceled over an inappropriate joke about Willow Smith. Oh. I think that was it. And he also was joking about having sex with his cat.
Oh.
Or something.
That sounds it sounds like something to get canceled for.
But, well, that's a whole nother debate. But that would be really cool. Like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Jason Nash, David Dobrik, Jeff Wittick, Ethan Klein.
I think her boyfriend Moses could make an appearance.
Yeah. Definitely.
And yeah, I think she could do her own reunion, and maybe it won't be on the level, but maybe it'd compete.
I bet it would be
for your generation, for sure.
I think by that
YouTube, yeah,
it'll be interesting to see where she goes. But I guess we have to come to a conclusion who won.
I don't know that we have to, because
okay,
I think that you presented a better argument because you had.
Why?
I think you had a lot more information than me.
That doesn't mean anything.
But I felt like I didn't need to come with a ton of information because I feel like everybody knows what Friends
speaks for itself.
I don't think there's a true resolution because I do think it's a millennial versus
Gen Z.
Because how do you watch TV or YouTube more?
Definitely YouTube. I watch YouTube every day. Oh, yeah. We have some stats about TV versus YouTube.
Yeah. So, do you want me to start with TV?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. So, I just looked up some statistics on, TV and, just to kind of further the debate. Television, it says here, this was from TV Viewing Habits. It was, I accessed it today. Television is a major focal point of daily life for many Americans, and as many as 95% include TV watching as part of their leisure time. The typical American, this surprised me, views TV just over 5 hours every single day. Which...
That ain't me.
I don't know how this is true, but whatever.
It's an average, probably, so.
The average person watches... This is figures from 2014, so I think it's definitely changed. 141... the average person watches 141 hours of TV per month, or 1,692 hours per year.
That's insane.
Assuming you reach the average U.S. life expectancy of 78, that's about 15 years of your life you're going to spend watching TV.
That is sad.
That is really sad.
And we spend another chunk sleeping.
Yeah. And then this kind of backs up your argument more than mine. Surprisingly, senior citizens spend the most time glued to the TV. On average, those are 65 and up consume 47 hours and 13 minutes of TV a week.
Wow. But, like, they don't have as many...
they don't have as many options, and, like, if you can't get around very well, like, it might be just more convenient. And I think it's probably, like... I don't know. I know when I sit in front of the TV for, like, The Bachelor, within 20 minutes I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more of background noise for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then 25% of TV watchers are catching their favorite shows via their smartphone or tablet. And 38% of online viewers say YouTube is their top pick. So, yeah. Anyway... Go ahead.
Well, those are interesting. I think I have like 3 here, but YouTube is the world's second most visited website right after Google. So
wow, that surprises me.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy. And then people watch more than 1 billion hours of video on YouTube every day, like collectively. Wow. That is insane.
That is.
1 billion hours together. Think of how far society could have advanced if we weren't watching 1 billion hours of YouTube every day.
And I think a good argument for YouTube is that not as many people have access to TV or cable. But
Cable's expensive.
Yeah, but everyone, if they have Wi-Fi and a smartphone, they have access to YouTube.
Yeah. And
they don't have to pay for it.
That's true. Yeah, and YouTube doesn't have such, like, you don't have to commit to it. It has, like, 2-minute videos up to hour-long videos or whatever. Okay, the last thing was the number of channels that earn $10,000 US per year or more on YouTube grew by 50% year over year. So I thought that was interesting because it kind of speaks to Trisha Paytas' channel.
Yeah, I wonder how much she makes.
She makes millions upon millions. But I mean, she makes it from more than YouTube. But YouTube is really what gave her her platform and her stardom, I guess. But, yeah. Anyway,
interesting. I think that, like I said, it's a generational thing because I don't watch YouTube that much.
Yeah.
I will watch it for, like, Harry Potter deleted scenes.
That is sad.
And The Office deleted scenes. Or, like, interviews with celebrities or, like, trailers. But, like, I just don't... I guess I don't sit... You don't think of it as watching TV. But.
Well, you don't have, like, characters on YouTube that you are committed to.
Yes.
I think that's the difference.
So you're committed to, you, like, follow Trisha Paytas, I'm assuming.
Yes, and I am dedicated to seeing what she's up to. And
anybody else?
Yeah, it's, like, currently my current obsession is, like, Jeff Wittick. I love Kristen Johns. She's, like, a lifestyle. And it's just, you feel like you're connected to these people who use YouTube. Kind of like you feel connected to friends when you watch TV or whatever. But yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I guess we'll have to call it a truce.
Yeah, because I'm not changing. I think Friends is better.
I think Trisha's better.
Okay. Well, truce then.
All right, on to our missed connection.
Yes, and Maddy hasn't heard it yet.
I'm excited.
And so let me get to this. Okay. This one's from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So, Redhead on Carson Street today is the name of this one. And I want to apologize in advance because the grammar is something else.
I'm excited.
Okay. Hello. You were walking around like to hook up. Are you a tranny? 10:45, I said something. Don't know if you heard. Went around block. You were gone. Like to hook up. And I wish I could show people this because it literally, there's no commas, nothing. It's like literally, hello, you were, no period in the sentence at all. Hello, you were walking around like to hook up. Are you a tranny? 10:45, I said something. Don't know if you heard. Went around block. You were gone like to hook up. Like, it's just a run-on with no capitals. The grammar's horrible.
That is frightening to just picture these people who are using Craigslist for this in these crevices of the world. I just picture it smelling.
Yeah. And that not only that, the whole "are you a tranny?"
That is rude.
That is really rude.
But maybe they were into it.
I don't know. If you were into it,
if you had any doubt,
make that clear. That's true. If you had doubt, you wouldn't have posted.
You wouldn't be on Craigslist.
I don't think they care either way. But I think that you have to be careful saying something like that because you could offend someone either way, whether they were a tranny or not. So,
unless they look for compliments like that, like they want to look like a transgender.
I don't know. But yeah, so that was the misconnection of the day. So if you're a redhead, that's possibly
androgynous.
Yeah. I guess someone's looking for you and would like to hook up.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah. 10:45. I don't know what that means. They just wrote 10:45.
AM. PM.
They didn't specify. They didn't even do the colon between 10:45.
I really want to see what this person looks like. Both of them.
I know. The person probably wasn't attractive. They didn't state whether they're male or female. And I don't understand how Craigslist people don't give any descriptors. Like, Craigslist I was walking around the block. Like, there's probably 1 million people that walk around the block.
When I was looking at places to live in California, I briefly looked on Craigslist. Never should have, but I did. I just wanted to see what was on there. And there was like an offer for a landlord who would exchange basically sex for rent.
Oh my gosh. Is that legal?
I think. I mean, I don't know. So, yeah, be careful out there.
For sure.
You want to lead us out?
We'll see you next time, bees.
Bye, bees.
Bye. Hey, it's Bekah.
Hey, it's Maddy.
Thank you so much for listening to the Basic Bee Podcast.
Follow us on the gram at basicbpod.
And join our private Facebook group linked in the episode notes.
Be sure to catch our next episode and leave us a nice review.
Until then, stay basic.
Bye, bees.